these discussions at MIPIM are really interesting because there's a room full of people that are a variety of different skills and disciplines and professions that have the ability to be able to interpret these discussions and turn them into real action plans and delivery. There's still quite a lot of work to change the culture and develop the culture, evolve the culture to one that embraces these principles and delivers this new type of city living. The 15-minute city is one where it's about access rather than mobility. We're able to gain access to the typical things that we want over the course of a 5-7 day week within close proximity to the front door of where we live.
To have the opportunity to join the Place panel was fantastic, and to sit alongside some industry leaders and experts to discuss a hot topic of 15-minute cities was an absolute pleasure. 15-minute cities are in the news at the moment, and to bring that discussion to the Manchester stand and see its application in the city, and to try and work out how that we can deliver the aspirations and the principles of a 15-minute city is a real opportunity. The main takeaway from the panel was that there's real optimism amongst the panel and the wider community in Manchester, and it's going to take a concerted effort, but everybody's pushing in the right direction. So, as Julia said at the end, we hope in 15 years' time we're not talking about 15-minute cities, but we're living and experiencing them.
A fantastic, interesting discussion, really around community. I think we actually ended up really thinking about what matters in our local environment to the people and places that we're trying to create. I think we need to meet, we need to talk about the big issues of the day, we need to debate, discuss, challenge each other, and it doesn't really matter what it is that we're discussing, what particular conversation that we're having. What is important is that as an industry we come together and we talk about stuff, and we try to solve some of the big problems that we have. There's a real kind of passion and want to make things better, to do things differently, to have a kind of, have a much better long-term view about how we design and deliver our communities and our built environment, and I think that's a fantastic thing.
I think it's really important in that MIPIM is about sharing ideas and challenging ideas as well. And there's been, as we know, there's been a lot of controversy around the idea of and the badge of a 15-minute city, and conspiracy theories about limiting people's choice. And I think being able to debate that in front of an audience, and an informed audience who then engaged and asked questions is really powerful, actually. I thought the really refreshing bit is that we had a couple of members from the Regeneration Brainary, young people who are part of that, who engaged in the discussion, but actually one of them, David, asked a really powerful question around what the downsides of a 15-minute city, because if I put the title to one side, the idea of connecting people is really powerful. And he's showing his experience of it taking an hour to get to college and an hour back, really in itself highlighted why better connections are so important. So my takeaway was actually a reflection on that we were, and I guess the downside of a conference of property professionals is you're discussing things with deliverers, not users. And being able to talk to a user, i.e. of what we do, if that's not too cold a term, was actually really powerful, and understanding his challenges was really good. Challenging the concept of it, and we use the term conceptual quite a bit in the discussion. I think being able to challenge that was really good. So I think the discussion was challenging, in a very positive way.